Hello family, it's Kiahonfire and welcome back to Conan Exiles on Siptah. Today we're doing another Outer Vault. Today we are going to take another challenge in a wolf themed one. Of course I got my fighter with me, heavy armor and items you can craft here. So today we're checking out Den of the Wolfman, one just above the redwood forest. Don't mistake it with the other wolf one. There is another wolf one roughly down here, Den of the Wolf Brothers. It's not that one, it's a very different one up in the top of the map. So here we go. So we got ourselves equipped. We're going to go in here. Let me just show you the surrounding area, sorry. So we got this wolf statue kind of place, lots of ice, and a big open, well, it's a big open on top of a hill kind of scene. And you should see some wolves wandering around as well when you get close to it. And then you'll know you're at the right place. But once you're here, you might want to bring a torch of some kind to help you. Definitely bring some healing around with you. Some aloe soup doesn't hurt, and some meat, of course. Bow, I always kind of recommend as well to get the attention of things or just command your thrall about. And of course, some item to harvest items. But here we go, we're going to step on the plate, and this is going to load in the dungeon. So here we are, we're going through the front entrance. Now this one is quite a big actual vault. The wolf ones are quite big actually, I'm not going to lie. So here we go, we got the wolves here. They've taken interest in my thrall this time, which is quite nice, not in me. So we're going to kill them. They're quite nasty with the knockover attack that they get. So you can see it's pretty much flooring my thrall every time. That can be pretty dangerous. Now if you do harvest the loot in their inventory, it can be worth it because they can drop out of Realm, and that's a green gem that's extremely useful and you should never leave behind. Once you kill those two at the door, we're going to click on the button and go through to the other section and straight through. Keep an eye out for wolves that hide around corners like this. Occasionally in these videos you'll see me checking the corners to try and see what is around me. So that is why. So we're going to try and get the attention of a few by a few. You don't want to get attention of loads at a time because of that knockdown thing. That can be pretty dangerous. So if, like in an ideal situation, you want to kind of try and get them one by one. But of course you might get a situation where there's two together and you'll have that. But just try not to attract three because that would just be crazy. Alright, so we got these guys. I'm going to kill them off. They don't actually hurt too bad in general. I'm just going to take a hit here. But the knockdown is very dangerous. So, of course, that's not very nice. And oh, this guy dropped a green gem, which you should pick up. Now, the route ahead is just going forward. But if you want to get extra loot, you can go to the sides over here. So, you can go and get some extra chests, which I highly recommend if you're doing in this dungeon either way. Since it will be very useful to pick up all the loot. Because these dungeons are actually really full. And, well, they have a great selection of loot you can pick up. So 100% recommend going through those options. Here we go, we got this guy. I'm going to get rid of him as well. Oh, knocked our thrall over accidentally. Down here you can go to the right or the left. I'm actually going to go to the right because the right is a quicker place to go than the left hand side. So I definitely recommend right all the time on that one. There's a guy up there, you can avoid him, but there will be a guy at the bottom of the stairs that will get in the way. And you will need to get rid of that one. He will go up and down the stairs, and hopefully he won't attract the one up the top if you don't want to fight him. Unluckily, I have attracted him, but it is very possible to avoid fighting him entirely if you don't want to fight him. Although they can drop some pretty nice loot in overall. Now we get through here, there should be some wolves around. Make sure to check your surroundings. We're definitely going to have to attract both of these here because, well, they're together, and it will be quite impossible to attract one at a time. The reason I say go to the right entrance is because on this side you got a way up, on the other side you do not, which means you have to fight way more wolves. Unless you want to fight way more wolves or have a look around the area for some more loot boxes. But at this moment in time, I'm just trying to get through the dungeon and show you how to do it properly and efficiently. So that's what we're going to do here. But of course, at this entrance there's going to be a lot more wolves again that we will need to fight if I can get out of the way of my thrall. I wish I couldn't friendly fire my thrall sometimes, that would be great. But then we have these two here. In theory, you can actually dodge them if they're out the way or not patrolling. So I'm going to dodge them and actually dodge them all together, actually. And these two guys here, we might be able to dodge them too. As we have. Very, very nice. So if you're a lower level and going in here and you don't want to worry about too many of these, then do what I'm doing. But I do recommend going here at a decent level at least. I will be rating these Outer Vaults in another video, telling you which one I found hardest or not. For the moment, I would probably rate this about, well, the boss is pretty hard, so I'd probably rate it about level 40 and up, if you were to do this one. But here we go. We are going into the next chamber where you have another 2 ways to go, but we're going straight forward. And we're going to try and get rid of these guys in here. Again, you can go through the right and the left if you want more loot, but we're going straight because straight is the only way you need to go if you want to get to the boss room, as you can see him behind the gates over there already. Right there. So, ooh, he knocked us over, but we got him out of the way anyway. And there's a spare guy here, apparently, that is weirdly staring at the door. There we go. Frog's got it. Step on the button. And there's the big boss. Now, when it comes to these, with the boss chambers like this, I'd probably try and attract his friends before the boss, although that is not always, well, it's not always a thing. There's good times that, well, you attract all 3 like I have now, but ideally you want to attract 1 at a time, because doing them all in a go can be really nasty. So, we'll get rid of this guy if we can. Those are gone. Now, this guy attacks are really nasty. I'll try and give you an example of how bad they hurt by sucking them up. So his attacks will knock you over. I probably definitely recommend you get a kind of thrall to do it for you, because that way you won't die really quick. But he has this really nasty slam dunk attack that will take away most of your HP in one go, and that's where it becomes a higher level dungeon. But if you have something to fight him, he's a lot easier than before. But yeah, you can harvest this guy for some good amounts of stuff, some wolf pout, demon blood. The occasional abyssal flesh comes out of them too, as well, I have seen in the past. But pretty much once you've got all of his goodies and his Eldarium, you go through to the loot room, which usually this door would be shut and you have to click in the button, but this time you don't have to worry about it because we're in the beta. But pretty much, here we go, we're in the loot room. You grab this loot box, you grab everything out of it. Usually there should be a sigil that you pick up and take, and then you eat it. And that's what you do out of this box. And then there's some custom loot boxes here as well to pick up and grab the goodies from. And then you leave from this big towering door at the back. And that is the whole of the dungeon. But before we leave, there is actually a lore ball that you can find in every dungeon. And let's listen to it.
Ialanna kirjahuloja realanda. Siellä majan Imalia urtian sarval. Ina huyana ninos hunguro.
And there we go. That's pretty much this episode wrapped up in a nice bun. But anyway, thank you for watching. I love you, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye!